Coding. I have 16 years of experience in IT. I started my career with Cognizant. I've been around very long back, 2005. I think so. I joined in Cognizant. Later on, moved to so many companies. And I trained in databases because previously we don't have cloud computing, right? Before 10, 15 years back, we don't have any cloud. We are into on-premises, means data centers. At that time, I've been working with Oracle, MySQL, even MySQL Server databases on Linux platforms. Later on, I came into Azure Cloud as an administrator. Now, currently, I'm working with GCP architect, principal consultant in a MNC. And this course is agenda. Our course is like beginner to architect level. Beginner to architect level. Simply, I can say B2A. Means what? If I have so many options, I'm giving so many options in this course content. Suppose if you have 2 years of experience, suppose here in our course content, I designed like GCP administrator is nothing but GCP infra, or some people will be calling as GCP cloud engineer. Okay, who are willing to move? Suppose you guys has been passed out around 20 or 19, something like that. Okay, in that case, this course is enough. You can learn more into administrator and cloud engineer related, then you can go with that. This is one session, I can say one role. One role. You can go with that. Fine. Who is having course content? You can go through that. You can see in the chat box. Then you will get some questions. You can ask me. Role. Who is having 2 years or 3 years experience? You can go through it. Fine. Okay, I have 5 years experience. Whether you guys have been working or if you are working in non-IT, suppose if you guys are into .NET or any Java, you need to convert into GCP cloud computing. In that case, if you have some 3 years of experience, for example, you have .NET or any Linux or any support engineer. In that case, if you have 3 years, you can keep it this one. Suppose if you have 3 years of experience, another 2 years, if you have some any gap, something in that gap, you can cover with GCP cloud engineer. Learn this one plus GCP cloud engineer means these three you will get it in cloud engineer with security. Security is now a lot of people are lagging in security. Why? Because of suppose if you deploy any networking or any cloud SQL or any app engine or any GKE, in that case, you need to secure, right? How you can secure? You have to create a service account. That service account, you should not give like a broad privileges. You have to give minimal privileges. These type of things you need to know. In this case, this is another second role. I can say second role. You can go with this. Who is having 3 plus 2? You can up to 6 years, you can 6 plus, you can keep it. No worries. You'll get it. Okay, means don't say like I have 6 years of experience in cloud as a GCP. Don't say like that. Okay. Who is having gap, I am saying. Who is having gap? Why? Because of approximately cloud engineer is start before 3 to 4 years only. Okay. If you see any videos also, before 3 years, who is working, that I'm not sure that guy is working or not. Okay. I started more than 4 years back. We started in R&D stage. Later on, we moved into GCP. Previously, our all services are in Azure. Okay. What happens is some ransomware attack has been happened. At that time, some problem between management to Azure Microsoft, then they change it to GCP. Means approximately I can say 4 years. Okay. You guys also say I have experience with 3 or 3.5. That is okay. But I am saying this gap, suppose if you have gap, right? Why? Because of they are expecting 6 years means 2 years you can keep something. 2 years you can mention whatever you have. But 3.5, I'm working in cloud engineer with security also. That is added advantage, I'm saying. Okay. Here, I will explain all those things. Here, third role. Suppose if we have, I have seen some people, candidates who is having, okay, having like a 10 years, 15 years. One of my student, approximately, he worked in civil engineer as some senior level engineer. But now he is working in Genpact. Is my friend actually, but he moved into GCP cloud engineer. Means what he explained, he worked in civil engineer for 13 to 12 years. Currently, I got opportunity in at that time in this pandemic of these things, work from home facility. That is the reason I joined. Is like that. You can also move into GCP as of now. I am not sure coming days. Okay, one more role I have, because in this course I am saying GCP cloud engineer with security, third role. Plus CI CD pipeline. Means nothing but simple words, DevOps. GCP DevOps, I'm saying. Normal DevOps we have Git, like Git, Ansible, Jenkins, all those things are there, right? That is also. That things we are looking into GCP. We are not going into the AWS. We are not looking into Azure. In GCP, we have very good features are there. Upcoming days, GCP is getting more and more out of these things we have. Some people who are, this is the agenda in our course. We are going to see all those things. I can say B2A, beginner to architect level. In administrator, what we have? In administrator, what are the subjects we are covering? GCP admin with GCP cloud engineer, okay, or GCP infrastructure engineer. But don't say, suppose working, for example, they are giving some experience, they are keeping some 4 years or 3 years of experience, they have only 3 years of gap, something they can mention, but they should not say I'm a GCP administrator. In GCP words, they are not saying like I am a GCP admin. We have Azure administrator, AWS administrator, but GCP, they'll call it as a cloud engineer. Name terming is somewhat different naming conventions. Why? Because of Google has been different things. That is the reason. Okay. You can say I'm a GCP cloud engineer. In cloud engineer, what are the activities you are doing? What are the activities you are doing? That means I can say networking. First thing is networking. Okay. First thing is networking. Second one is networking means what? See, for example, you need to deploy one application. Our agenda is application that needs a network, right? What is VPC, subnetting, what is firewall? This comes under networking. VPC, subnets, firewalls. Okay, that is the thing you need to know. That networking advanced level load balancing. And load balancing, we have HTTP, HTTPS, these are TCP, all those things are there. Just I'm giving overview. You can go through the this content, what I've been posted in the chat box. Then compute engine. Compute engine means what? Nothing but instances, VMs, virtual instances, virtual computers. Some people, I hope you guys know about cloud computing. Tomorrow we'll discuss. Tomorrow, same time you can connect. Tomorrow we'll be discussing all those things. Today's agenda is what is our role, what is the activities, how to get a job, all those things we are going to see. Because that is important, right? If you learn a technology, that needs to be useful for you. Without useful, what is the need, right? That is the reason. Just what we are going to discuss today. What is meant by cloud? What is meant by infrastructure? What is meant by on-premises? That we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Compute engines, how to maintain compute engines, how to create storage. Storage is nothing but disk. Here we have HTTP, SSD, hard disk is there, right? SSD. These things we need to know. Like in compute engine, some more high level, we need to go with managed instance group. Okay. Unmanaged instance group. Like this, we need to know. After that, creating databases, that is very, very important as of now. I can say Cloud SQL with Cloud Spanner also there. That we are going to discuss. Means databases. Finally, if you have a application, the database should be there, right? If MySQL or SQL Server or Oracle database or NoSQL like MongoDB or Couchbase, Cassandra, these things are there, right? Like now, there is one thing I can say. Databases. Creating, monitoring, and giving proper permissions to that developers or users, whatever. Okay, that is very important. That comes under fifth section. Then last one. Interconnect. Interconnect means what? Interconnect means suppose I have on-premises environment. I have AWS application. I have Azure application. Some services are in Azure, some services are in GCP. You need to connect, right? That we need to know. That is one more important topic. I can say cloud VPN, cloud router. What is the use of router? You know, if you take an internet connection, we should need a router, right? Okay, these things. Now, this is okay. This is okay. This is the cloud engineer perspective. Fine. Any doubts as of now? Okay, fine. Let me complete. Then this is the thing. This is some very basic level. Basic level means who is having 2 years, 3 years, they can keep it. They can mention this one. Later on, CI/CD pipeline. Suppose, okay, we'll go with security. GCP. You may get some doubt. What is the thing is, only if I learn security can I get the job. Only can I learn GCP cloud engineer can I get a job. Yes, you will get it. If you learn cloud engineer infra, you will get it. Only security, I'm not sure. Okay. GCP security is an added advantage for your profile. Suppose a lot of people are learning throughout the globe, a lot of people are getting trained, right, for GCP. If you open YouTube, everywhere GCP or everywhere Azure only. Okay. But you should be unique. If I want a job, you should be unique, right? If I get a resume, suppose I have a company, I want a GCP cloud engineer, I will get 100 profiles. In that 100 profiles, you should be unique. I learn networking. I know VPC, sorry, any instances. I know cloud storage. I know SQL means, okay, like it's a common. I know security like authorizations, okay, binary authorizations, okay, encryption methodology, cloud harmon, some unique related things. Then your profile will be shortlisted. Okay, that we are going to see. Encryption. We have so many types of that. Key management services, we'll call it as. Some people, this is cloud encryption. Suppose if you know how to encrypt in database level, you encryption in database level, I'm saying that topic we'll call it as a TDE. Just Google it, you will get it. What is meant by this is very, very, I can say, very unique persons will know this topic, because if you know cloud engineer or infrastructure or GCP, like DevOps, this cloud in cloud SQL encryption is very, very difficult, and a lot of people don't know. Okay, that we are going to discuss. I'm expert in encryption in databases, because I did for more than 400 to 500 databases in one environment. I know how to do encryption in SQL Server, in MySQL Server, even Oracle databases. See, encryption is, what is this? If you know WhatsApp, right? You guys know WhatsApp. If you open, I want to mention a message, something saying something. You're sending a message. You can observe it is encrypted 1-to-1. Means what? Security is there. That we are going to discuss in this securities. Okay. Binary authorizations, just I am giving. Identity aware proxy. What is meant by identity aware proxy? then cloud. These are all some topics of security. Lot of topics are there. We are going to see more than 6 to 7. You can notice in the course content. Again, I will post if you want. It is in chat box. You can go through that. Okay. Like we need to know encryption methodology. That is very important. Then finally, not finally, we have a lot of things are there. CI, CD pipeline. Simple words, DevOps. I can say DevOps. Okay. CI/CD pipeline, we know GitHub, like Ansible, Jenkins. So many things are there, right? Here, we are going to discuss, for example, simple thing, Jenkins. If you know Jenkins, that we'll call it as a cloud builder. CI, CD, pipeline. Git, that we'll call it as a cloud source repository. Simple words. Okay. Then App Engine. In App Engine, we have two types here. One is standard. One more is flexible. But App Engine is not that much success in GCP. For that reason, these guys build a new one that we'll call it as a Cloud Run. In another cloud like AWS or Azure, we don't have this feature, Cloud Run feature. Only we have App Engines, standard and flexible in AWS and Azure also. But Cloud Run is different. They are spending some millions of amount in Cloud Run. Why? Because of GCP is concentrating on application side. Okay, they are not looking into the VM has to be there and networking has to be there. That is obviously we need networking. Obviously we need VM instances, but the concentration, they are looking into the application. Okay. You also suppose if you have a company, what you will do, your application has to be run successfully. I don't bother about networking or VM or that this. We don't bother. Suppose if you are keeping a online store, suppose any online computer store or online any books, whatever you want to build, online recipes, okay, online food is there, right? Some people are doing, some software engineers, what they are doing, they are homemade foods like that they are doing in cloud kitchen in their homes. Then they are doing some packings and they are selling in online. That guys will be concentrating on their application only. Even if you are a software engineer, I don't bother about the firewall and I don't bother about the load balancing, that VM and these, that. No, right? You are concentrating, my website has to run successfully without any timed outs. They need to buy, right? Same case. That is the reason Cloud Run is very important in GCP, one of the key role. Like this we have. Okay, fine. These three things we are going to see in depth from basic to advanced level. Apart of that, very, very important thing is some problem came, some other problem came in networking, some problem came in security, some problem in pipeline. It has been failed, right? For that, what you need to do? You need to monitor, right? Monitoring, login. Who has been logged into that monitoring service, and logging service. You need to know. Okay. These are the things we are going to see. Then finally, I have an application orchestration we need to do. Orchestration means what? Organizing a product. Suppose if you go with a music, there will be a music director will be there, right? In a movie, means he is orchestrating the team. Like this, we have GKE. Nothing but Google Kubernetes engine. This is very, very important. But suppose who are mentioning 3 years or 2 years, right? Suppose if you have 4 or 5 years of gap or 6 years, they need to know in depth of GKE. But as of now, this is okay. Now, last, all has to be nowadays. What happens? All automation, it is going on. Suppose they are looking into automation to avoid manual errors. Suppose if you are doing some activity, okay, if you miss any spelling mistake, also your complete code will fail, right? For that reason, they are trying to automate the product, whatever the things. Previously, what happens is in 10 years back or 7-8 years back also, we will get a script, deployment script, step 1, step 2, step 3, like that. That script has to be executed according to that. If I miss first step or second step, if I execute in between, if I change that also, it will get the problem. For that reason, they are looking into the automation. We have Google deployment. Google deployment, nobody is using. Behalf of that, we are using Terraform. Okay, we are going to see Terraform. All those things, right? Any doubts, any questions? No questions? Okay, fine. This is the structure we are going to discuss. Apart of that, we are going to discuss very, very, very important topic. For example, I'm a company guy. I'm a senior level. Suppose you joined, suppose in our team, in our classroom, we have approximately 14 people are there, 15 people are there. Okay. In this 15 people, for example, Arish is there, Naresh is there, Ravi is there. Ravi is DevOps engineer, Naresh is security engineer, Kirti is a developer. For example, I'm saying Ravi is a DevOps engineer, Naresh is a security, and Kirti is a developer. Okay. I am the senior level consultant. What I need to do? Suppose Kirti is working on a app engine application. I need to give only app engine permissions to her. That is very, very important for this course. Okay. That is very important. A lot of people, I don't know, they are saying that is very important. We don't have access, but how to give that access? That is the important. Naresh is a security, only security related things only he need to see and he need to provide to them. He need to get it. Then Ravi is a DevOps engineer, means GCP DevOps engineer. Only GCP components we have to give. That is very important. That we'll call it as a IAM. Identity Access Management. Okay, AMG. Yeah, like simple. Access management. Here, create user, create role, create permission. Okay, these things, see, for example, I told I forgot, right? Naresh is a security engineer. I need to create a user first. I need to provide a rule, or you have to give proper permission. This is very important. What is meant by role? What is meant by user? Which access has to be given? These are all human accounts. These are all human accounts. I can say you have to organize. Suppose Naresh is a senior person, security lead. He needs some access, high level access that we need to provide. That is also one of the important role for any GCP cloud engineer or security or DevOps. This we need to know. Okay. Then later on, what is meant by service account? This is nothing but mission account. This is one of the very important role in any infrastructure, not only infrastructure, not only security, not only DevOps, even not only on premises, not only GCP cloud or any AWS cloud. Service account should be there in any service. In database also we'll be creating, in GK also we are creating. Why? We need to provide a permissions. Simple example I will tell you. For example, I am a super role. Okay. For example, Naresh is a senior engineer. He had a access, complete access. He created one SQL server or MySQL server. He did that with his account. He's a senior guy, right? With his account means what? For example, how it will be there? Naresh, for example, Naresh, at the rate of your company name.com. Okay. This email ID he created. Okay. Later on, it will be keep on running. One fine day, what happens is, if he left the job, okay, if he left the job, or he got some good opportunity, he left the job. Then what happens? What he will do? Automatically, some people will be coming into the picture. They'll be deleting this one. All right. They'll be deleting this account. What happens? Automatically, your SQL server has been authenticated with Naresh ID. That will be deleted automatically. Means it won't delete. Server won't delete. It will keep on restarting. It won't connect. Final words I can say. For that reason, we have service accounts. This, because I am a senior, long back I'm working in databases, right? What happens with my ID, I will be creating SQL server or MySQL server. What happens one fine day, I will change the password. That is also affected. If I change the password also, your SQL server won't connect. It will throw error and application will hang with timeouts. For that reason also, one of the reason also that if you change the password also, it will be affected in older days. Now, no problem. We have service accounts. Okay. How it will be there? Create your whatever for example, I want to create with the database. If you are working, where you are working? I am working for EMEA. That is also I'll explain. Your company account. This won't change. The password, everything will be made a mission, right? It will be working with, he won't go. Mission account, this one. Like this. Suppose I am working for MERN app at the rate of your company. Okay, based on the companies also, you can mention whatever you want, you can do that. Okay. For example, I am working for a service-based company. Service-based means Cognizant, Wipro, CT, Accenture. From that service to, you need to support to other client. Client is nothing but a company only. For example, Cognizant. We have clients. For example, plenty of clients are there in Cognizant. Walmart, so many is there. MetLife is there, and AstraZeneca, Pfizer. I should not say all those things. Okay, like that you need to support. Okay, like if you are working for a product-based company, if it is a globalized, the globalized will be distributed with EMEA, MER, APAC, like that it will be there. Okay, that is also based on your company, the service accounts will be created. This is one more important topic. Right? In our course, we are covering all those things with cloud administrator to architect level. Architect means what? Advanced, like infrastructure you are developing, security you are developing, and pipeline, and certifications. So certifications also we have in GCP, plenty of certifications are there. Okay, infrastructure. Certification. If I want to write a certification, first thing we have discussed, right? For this, what we have, this one, only this one, we have GCP Cloud Engineer Associate. We'll call it as. Then I want to go with networking, GCP Network Engineer. I want to go with security, GCP Security Engineer. Okay, like this we have plenty. Then GCP Architect also is there. GCP Database Engineer. Like this, they are earning money. That's it. Simple words. Database Engineer means what? Cloud SQL. Nothing but Cloud SQL. You will get it. No SQL also. Just I am giving databases. And GCP developer also is there. All it will comes under all it will. Developer engineer means you will get it networking, you will get it some topics of database, some topics of orchestration like GKE, some topics are security, all those things you will come into the picture. Some coding level, how to deploy on all those things, you will get it. Okay. Then this is okay. I hope so. This is more than GCP architect also is there. GCP architect also there. Spelling mistake. Okay. Let it be. Now, one more is also there. Now, a lot of people are looking into that. These are all one perspective. One more perspective is there. These are all one thing, one way. One, I can say, one side, one route, I can say. One route means one way. Another way is GCP Data Engineer. Is nothing but big data. Previously, if you are into the IT side, I can say you may heard Hadoop, and Scala, Spark. All right. These are the concepts we have previously. Hadoop is in on-premises, old technology. Like we have same thing we developed. We have just this one here. in data engineer, we have plenty of concepts are there. Okay, example, data proc and composer. Okay, cloud SQL. Same, cloud SQL, you will get it. Data flow. Something, all data proc is nothing but Hadoop only. Hadoop is in on-premises. This is in cloud. You need to know. This is one perspective. What is the prerequisite for this one? Very, very important. This you need to know coding. Previously, these things we not required to get any code. Basic code for Terraform. Okay, basic level code. That is also I'll guide you how to do that. We can't remember all those things. We have coding also here also. Coding means what? G cloud commands. Some basic 1 or 2 lines. That is more than enough. For prerequisite, nothing. We need to know some basic of Linux. Linux, I will teach you from basic level. Approximately, I can say 30 commands. Approximately, it's enough. 30 commands is more than enough. 25 to 30 commands we need to know. That's it. Prerequisite. Not required to install anything. If we can get a free trial account, in that free trial account, we can do. That is tomorrow we'll discuss. What is meant by cloud, what is meant by infrastructure and all those things. Tomorrow, please connect, same time, you will get it. Then coming back to here, prerequisite. These things, okay. Prerequisite for this one. First thing, SQL, strong SQL. Means this is also nothing to worry. Who are interested to learn SQL, basic SQL, DML statements, DDL, all those things, joins, inner join, outer join, how to write that. That is more than enough. Then basic Python. There is one more rocking technology. If you are interested to learn with SQL with basic Python is enough, more than enough. Okay, you can go with this one. This course is different. Okay, this course is different. We are not going, this is separately, you need to get trained. Okay, I am expert in this also because I started my career with SQL only, right? Databases, MySQL and Oracle and all those things. We did lot of migrations. Okay, that is okay. But in our section, in our course content, we are going to see these are the things. Suppose if you don't know SQL, Python, it will take some time to move into the data engineer. That is, you can keep it as a final goal. First, go through these things. Later on, we can go. Right? As of now, any doubts? One more thing I supposed to say. Very, 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 very important topic. Here, suppose you know this one. Suppose you know this one, all those things. Some lack is going on. In that case, we are going to discuss migrations. Migrations is very, very important. For example, my database, for example, maximum database migrations is important. Okay, database migrations like I will teach SQL Server, one database, and MySQL database. I'll show you both. Why? See, for example, SQL Server is very old from SQL Server 2000. As of SQL Server 2000, I started my career with SQL Server 2000, Cognizant first project, mine. SQL Server 2000, 2005, 2012, 2015, 2019, we have, right? Now what happens is, suppose I want to install SQL Server 2005, it won't support. Your laptop won't support. If I have softwares in my Google Drive, I have software. SQL Server 2000 also, 2005. In your laptop, it won't support. What I need to do, I need to purchase some different laptop or a different computer, and I need to install. Okay, but I won't go back. What I will do, I want to install SQL Server 2019. 19, I have a 4 GB laptop and 8 GB RAM. What I need to do, it won't support. So I have to buy a computer. It will cost 1 lakh rupees. Why I need to spend? For that reason, lot of companies started migrations from their on-premises to GCP cloud. Not only GCP cloud, in cloud they are migrating according to their projects. If it is in AWS, they are migrating to AWS. If they are going to Azure, they are going with Azure or GCP. But in our agenda, we are going to discuss in GCP. Lot of companies has been migrating to GCP. Why? Because of they're giving some major discount for storages. Okay. For example, you have Gmail account. 15 GB they are giving free from past when you created approximately if you started engineering, at the time you created 15 GB. Like that, if you create 10 accounts, 10, 15 GBs, they are giving free for you. Same methodology, they are giving some discounts, very minimal prices for the databases. Means storage, I can say, not databases, storage. Most of the companies started moving to GCP. Suppose if company is going with AWS, that is okay, fine. Suppose I have a company, I started recently to the some example I'm saying, then that people are going into the GCP because lot of options, lot of things are there. Okay, I'll stop for today. If you have any doubts, let me know.